See?
Well, that's a nice little segue, isn't it, into a sport returning to Australia after a few years of COVID hiatus. Boys, run us through the return to Albert Park of the F1. What were your thoughts on today's race?
Monk's talked about the fans there, so it was a great showing of getting people out to the race. I think the main thing was Leclerc wins. He was pole, wasn't he, from Max? Max was second. I think that's right. But he dominated the race. He finished 20 seconds ahead of the number 2. So clearly the fastest car, and that Ferrari is still doing excellent, so it's good to see them there. But the main thing, I guess, Max, another engine failure, didn't finish the race. Perez finished second. George Russell getting a podium, finishing third, ahead of Hamilton and fourth. And then I had our boys, the McLarens, with Lando and Ricciardo finishing fifth and sixth.
Yeah, good to see the McLarens.
Yeah, definitely back up in that
consistent
list.
As a pair rather than just one at the top, one sort of at the bottom. So
and then the back half, Ocon, Bottas, Gasly and Albon, a lot of different names in there, which was good to see. Albon pitted on the second last lap for his only tyre change, because he's going to make one, because he was running in that sixth spot or fifth spot. He was up there for ages because he hadn't pitted, of course. But you need to pit once, and he did it and managed to maintain 10th position to get a point for Williams, which was their first point of the season, I believe. So overall, it was a pretty good race. It was good to see really close racing cars following each other. The DRS zones didn't really add too much for the overtaking. Created a few trains in the race, but there's definitely lots of close racing. Maybe they didn't take a lot of the opportunities just because of where they were in the maintaining positions. Because like the McLarens, for example, they didn't really challenge each other, and they were kind of on their own. Same with the Ferraris, they were kind of on their own.
Yeah,
Sainz did go off in the second lap, was the other big one. And then Vettel continued his poor weekend of putting his car into the wall. So they were there with the DFF.
I think that probably played into it as well. There was a fair few safety cars, so
there was a lot of safety cars.
that would have stuffed up a lot of strategies for a lot of teams.
3 safety cars, 1 virtual, I think.
Yep. Yeah.
So 3 races in, and Leclerc's off to a flyer, 71 points in the World Drivers' Championship standings, ahead of George Russell and Carlos Sainz. What's going on?
Who would have thought of that?
What's going on with Hamilton and Verstappen sitting in 5th and 6th behind Sergio Perez? Is it just early, teething stages, or have we got a genuine bona fide, 5 or 6 blokes that could take this thing out this year?
I think Ferrari definitely has shown their improvement, so it is going to be close, and they've shown their step ahead currently, and the others got to catch up to them.
Like,
but Mercedes were better this week. McLaren were better again this week. Verstappen has, as Monkey's going to say, the 2 DNFs, which don't help his chances.
I think Hamilton's had one as well. Yeah. So I think it's just early in the season. But Ferrari look very strong. Leclerc looks very strong.
1-2-1.
1-2-1. Pretty good start. And Ferrari way out in front in the Constructors' Championship, 104 points ahead of Mercedes, 65. Red Bull in third at 55. It's cool for the casual fan like myself to have a nice open start where you are thinking, maybe there is a fair few of these drivers that could win the thing, as opposed to last year where it seemed to be Verstappen Hamilton from the get go.
A lot of mixing up early. We'll have to see if anyone can catch Leclerc. That's probably the main thing, and Ferrari. So we'll have to see if in the coming weeks, if people can make those changes and get back in there.
Long season.
It is a very long season. And is it at Italy next week?
Yeah, they go to Emilia-Romagna.
No, so they have a week off. I think just to travel
from Australia.
Yeah, and I think that was a lot of the chat as well for this year leading up to the race. There was a few drivers coming out saying that was poor scheduling.
Yeah, middle of the season.
Middle of the season sort of thing.
Historically, it's either been the start or the end of the season.
Yeah, sounds like a lot of excuses to me.
I travel all over Europe, and it's just it was just a longer flight from him.
But it'll be interesting to see. Obviously, going across to Italy, going to see them race. I think it's at Imola.
Yeah, is Imola.
Emilia.
Emilia.
Romagna.
Yeah, obviously back at home
I do.
for Ferrari as well.
Miami. There's the next one. Leclerc way out in front. Ferrari looking good. Early days.
Yeah.
Great to see the GP back in Australia.
Oh, yeah. After a few years off. And what were you saying? Biggest crowd since 1999.
1999, yeah.
Nice.